Hi students, today lecture we are moving to the last module of this semester, that is Fourier integral and transform. It is an extension of Fourier series that is you have learned earlier semester. So a Fourier series, all you know, it is defined for a periodic function. If the function is not periodic, we cannot represent any function as a Fourier series. So here we explains what is Fourier integral, Fourier sine integral, cosine integral, etc. So it says that if f of x is any periodic function, then it can be represented as a Fourier series. If f of x is non-periodic, then it cannot be represented as a series, but can be represented as an integral called Fourier integral. That is, Fourier integral representation is applied for those function which is not periodic, since periodic function can be easily represented as a Fourier series. Now, next we explain what is a Fourier integral theorem or what is a Fourier integral representation of the given function. So it says that Fourier integral theorem says that if f of x is piecewise continuous in every finite interval and has right hand derivative and left hand derivative, and if the integral minus infinity to plus infinity mod fx dx exists, then fx can be represented by a Fourier integral. F of x equal to integral 0 to infinity a omega cos omega x plus b omega sin omega x d omega, where a omega x equal to 1 by pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of v cos omega v dv, and b omega is equal to 1 by pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of v sin omega v dv. That is, Fourier integral theorem says that if we have a given function which is continuous at every interval, and it has both a right hand and left hand derivative, and the integral modulus value of that integral function integral exists, then it can be represented as a Fourier integral that has the form integral 0 to infinity a omega cos omega x plus b omega sin omega x d omega, where a omega equal to 1 by pi integral minus infinity plus infinity f of v cos omega v dv, and b omega is equal to 1 by pi integral minus infinity plus infinity f of v sin omega v dv. So this is called the Fourier integral representation for a continuous function where a omega and b omega. That is, if the question is to find the Fourier integral representation, we have to express the given function as the form, this one form. That is, we have only to find the value of a omega and b omega. And this is a case of continuous function, that is, function is continuous, piecewise continuous. Suppose that the given function is not continuous at a particular point, then we cannot express that at that point the Fourier integral as this one. Then at that point the Fourier integral is given by half of x naught f of x naught minus plus f of x naught plus, that is average value of the left limit plus the right limit. That is, for at a particular point function if not continuous, then we cannot express the function as a Fourier integral like this. Then Fourier integral is given by half of f of x naught minus plus f of x naught plus. So this is the Fourier integral representation, that is, we have only to find the value of a omega and b omega, and the given function will be given in the question. So we move to the question. Before that, we explain Fourier cosine and sine integral. Here we are written Fourier integral. From this we can reduce Fourier cosine integral and sine integral in such a way that, suppose that the given function is an even function, that is f of x is an even function, then this a omega become f of v cos omega v, and this function is even, cos is even, so even into even is again even, and minus infinity plus infinity changes to 2 times 0 to infinity, and in b omega if f of v is even, sin omega, sin is odd, so odd into even is odd, and the integral value is 0, so this becomes 0. So the Fourier integral representation changes to Fourier cosine integral. That is the next one, that is Fourier cosine integral. That is, if f of x has a Fourier integral representation and f of x is even, then b omega equal to 0, then the Fourier cosine integral is given by f of x equal to 0 to infinity a omega cos omega x d omega, where a omega is equal to 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of v cos omega v dv. Similarly, we can define Fourier sine integral, that is, if a given function is odd, then a omega becomes 0 and b omega is 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of v sine omega v dv. So this is a Fourier cosine integral and this is a Fourier sine integral. So we have learned three formulas, that is Fourier integral, Fourier cosine integral and the Fourier sine integral. So if the question it specifies which integral is needed, then we can apply the respective formula. If the formula if does not specify a particular formula, then we use the formula by identifying the term trigonometric function along with x. If along with x cos term occur in the question, then we have to apply Fourier cosine integral. If along with x the sine term occur in the question, we have to apply Fourier sine integral. That is, whenever a question arises, check which trigonometric function is coming together with x. That is, if it is coming with cos, apply cosine integral. Coming with sine, apply sine integral. If the question contains both cosine and sine term, apply simply the Fourier integral. So we move to the question. First question is, find the Fourier integral representation of the function f of x equal to 1 if mod x less than 1, 0 if mod x greater than 1, and hence show that integral 0 to infinity cos omega x sine omega by omega d omega is equal to pi by 2, 0 less than or equal to x less than 1, pi by 4 x equal to 1, and 0 for x greater than 1. So question is to find the Fourier integral representation. That is, we have written the Fourier integral is given by integral 0 to infinity a omega cos omega x plus b omega sin omega x d omega, where a omega is 1 by pi integral minus to infinity to plus infinity f of v cos omega v dv. And here we can see that the function is defined only, function has the value 1 for mod x less than 1 and 0 for mod x greater than 1. This function is defined only for mod x less than 1, and modulus x less than 1 means it changes from minus 1 to plus 1. So integral limit changes to minus plus to plus 1 and the function become 1 cos omega v dv. Since cos an even function, minus 1 to plus 1 can written as 2 times 0 to 1 cos omega v dv, and integral of cos omega v with respect to v is sin omega by v omega, applying the limit 0 to 1 and applying the limit to upper limit 1, that is sin omega, lower limit 0. So your answer become 2 by pi omega sin omega. Similarly, we can find b omega, and formula for finding b omega is 1 by pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of v sin omega v dv. Here again the interval function has a value at the interval minus to plus 1. The corresponding function value is 1 sin omega v dv. Since sin is an odd function, this integral value become 0. Now substitute the value of a omega and b omega in this equation. Equation 1 becomes f of x equal to 0 to infinity 2 sin omega by pi omega cos omega x plus omega d omega. Now that is integral, where we can take 2 by pi outside, then become 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin omega cos omega x by omega d omega. So this is a corresponding Fourier integral representation of the given function. Along with the question, there is a question that is show that this integral is equal to this value. So we have obtained this f of x equal to this value. That is, we can write this, we can take this 2 by pi to the left side, then it become integral 0 to infinity sin omega cos omega x by omega d omega is pi by 2 f of x. But f of x has, in question f of x has only two values, that is for 1 mod x less than 1 and 0 for mod x greater than 1. But here the limit starting from 0, we cannot take the value minus 1 to plus 1, we take the value from 0 to 1. That is 0 to 1 has the value 1 and from 1 to infinity has the value 0. Then we can say that this 1 has a x equal to 1 is a discontinuous point, and we have told earlier at a discontinuous point we cannot express the Fourier integral by this formula. So by the discontinuous point, the value at the point 1 is given by f of 1 plus f of 1 minus 1 divided by 2. That is the right limit plus left limit divided by 2. The right limit is 0, left limit is 1. That is 0 plus 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 2. That is, for any discontinuous point, we have to find the Fourier integral representation by using this formula, that is right limit plus left limit divided by 2. So it become 1 by 2 to x equal to 1. So integral 0 to infinity cos omega x sin omega by omega d omega is 3 values pi by 2. If we can multiply this pi by 2 to inside this bracket, then it is pi by 2 0 less than x less than 1. At discontinuous point, the value has 1 by 2 into pi by 2 is pi by 4, and this value is 0. Now we can define an identity from this one, that is if we put x equal to 0, and x value, when x equal to 0, the function value is pi by 2, the right side is pi by 2. This become cos 0 sin omega by omega. It is 0 to infinity sin omega by omega d omega is pi by 2. This is a identity, trigonometric identity. Now move to second question. Find the Fourier integral representation of fx defined as this. Verify the representation at x equal to 0. That is, first we have to find the Fourier integral representation. From the obtained Fourier integral representation, we have to check whether the function has the given value 1 by 2. So we write the Fourier integral formula: a omega cos omega x plus b omega sin omega x d omega with the limit 0 to infinity. And a omega is 1 by pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of v cos omega v dv. And here the function has three values: 0 less than 0, and x equals to the value is 1 by 2, and x greater than 0 e raised to minus x. In this one we cannot write here the function value is 0, so this interval is not needed, and this point is discontinuous point, we cannot define by this one, and the only value we can substitute is x greater than 0, the value is e raised to minus x, that is x greater than 0 means limit from 0 to infinity, and f of v, here f of x is e raised to minus x, so f of v is e raised to minus v cos omega v dv. And we have learned integral of exponential with cosine term, that is e raised to x cos bx dx is e raised to x by a square plus b square, a cos bx plus b sin bx. Here we can see that a is 1, b is omega, a is minus 1, b is omega, and x equal to v. And substituting to this value, that is there is 1 by pi outside, then e raised to minus v 1 plus omega square minus cos omega v plus omega sin omega v 0 to infinity. Now applying the upper limit to infinity, we know that e raised to minus infinity is 0. Then applying the lower limit 0, it becomes e raised 0 by 1 plus omega square minus cos 0 plus omega sin 0. Cos 0 is 1, so this minus plus 1, we get the answer as 1 by pi into 1 plus omega square. Similarly, we can find b omega by the formula 1 by pi integral minus to plus infinity f of v sin omega v dv. Here also limit changes 0 to infinity, function is e raised to minus v sin omega v dv. And we have the integral formula e raised to ax sin bx dx is e raised to x by a square plus b square, a sin bx minus b cos bx. As in the above case, here same value, a is equal to minus 1, b omega, and x equal to v. And applying the upper limit infinity, it becomes 0, and applying the lower limit 0, it becomes 1 by 1 plus omega square minus sin 0 minus omega cos 0. So answer is omega by pi into 1 plus omega square. So we have obtained the value for a omega and b omega. Then we can substitute the value in the Fourier integral: a omega cos omega x, b omega sin omega x, d omega. This is the integral value. So in this question, there is a question. This question is that verify the function value at the point 0, whether it is correct or not. So we have to find the value at x equal to 0. That is, we write fx at x equal to 0. That is equal to f of 0 is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to infinity cos 0 plus omega sin 0 by 1 plus omega square d omega. This f of 0 is equal to 1 by pi 0 to infinity cos 0 is 1, that is 1 by 1 plus omega square d omega. And this integral is, we know that 1 by 1 plus x square is tan inverse x, so it is tan inverse omega 0 to infinity. Applying the limit, upper limit is infinity and lower limit is 0. Tan value occur at that angle pi by 2, and tan value angle 0 occur at the angle tan value 0 occur at the angle 0, so it become 1 by pi into pi by 2, so it is 1 by 2. So the question, it is given that f of 0 is equal to 1 by 2. So we verified from the Fourier integral theorem this function is correct, that is function at the point x equal to 1 0 is 1 by 2.